Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I've been a part of the Chart Guys community for the last 8.5 years. Been a trader and technical analyst, and I'm going to bring you a market recap where we look at indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. And Abercrombie and Fitch was out there moving and shaking. I swear it was curing cancer or something. That's how people were buying it. So it is May 29th, 2024. I just thought I'd throw that date out there. I think we need to start with ES. Looking at ES, this could be a weekly bull flag. I think that sets the stage for everything. Looking at this weekly chart, the daily chart, the 12-hour chart, I could throw you some different patterns out there, but I think the higher, I don't think, I know, the higher time frames give you more clarity. So today we were unable to break the 52.73.50 from last Thursday. We've had this bearish diamond reversal pattern we've been watching on the 12-hour. If and only if we get a bear break in this tomorrow on the GDP reaction, if we don't get follow through, then we got to zoom out and look for that weekly bull flag. I'm not saying that these bulls don't need a rest, because man, do they need a rest. This weekly bull flag, we have to honor it, and we don't get to call when there's a top. We don't get to call when there's a bottom. We just outline probabilities in the most likely scenario. So potential weekly bull flag. And on the daily chart, again, we held the 52.73.50, and we're still minorly holding on to the 12 EMA on the daily. NASDAQ has plenty of room between it and the daily 12 EMA. And I think it was the 2-day had the clearest potential bull flag on that higher time frame. Yeah, 2-day inside bars on NQ. And I need to stop and just point out volume. We're coming into the end of day right now, and we have about half our normal SPY volume. And QQQ has about 2/3 the normal volume. So very low volume day. And I said earlier in the chat room, it felt like a hurry up and wait kind of day. Like people are waiting for GDP tomorrow or jobless claims, or they're waiting for PCE on Friday. Let's look at that real quick. So for tomorrow, we have GDP right there at 8:30 and initial jobless claims. And then Friday, we have PCE at 8:30, and those will likely move the market. So it's definitely something you need to be aware of. So today was very low volume, and we can tell that typically in the chat room. And I know that sounds bizarre, but we can tell when there's very low volume post or people are pretty quiet in chat versus, people feverishly posting over and over about GameStop or whatever when we have some volatility and movement, and we can tell when there should be or could be a low volume day. So it seems as though there's money on the sidelines waiting for these big economic data numbers to come out. I'm going to stop right here and go over the spring sell. So we have the spring sell that's ending in 2 days. We only have 2 sales per year, spring sell and Black Friday. That's it. We don't want to bombard you with these videos trying to sell you stuff. It's not our thing. And frankly, we're not very good at it. We have a great community, but we're not that great at selling stuff. And it's just that we want to focus on charts, and that's why people come to us, not because we're great salespeople. However, we do have a great sale right now, $200 off the annual membership. If you want to check that out, it'll be in the video description below. And also, I will be doing a free webinar tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on addressing bad habits in trading. And I'm sure none of you out there have bad habits. I'm just kidding. I have bad habits. I've had bad habits, and I'm constantly addressing them. And we'll go over those details tomorrow. All right. And then finally, we'll look at the heat map. We have Apple, HCA, Netflix, Uber, and NVDA. We had some pockets of green, but overall red in the market today. All right, back to charts. Looking at the Russell. On the daily, we have lost daily support, and we've lost a daily 50 MA. And on the Dow, we've lost the daily 50 MA, and we're coming in pretty hard right here. However, we are looking for a weekly higher low, and 4-hour RSI is beat up. I actually haven't looked at this in about 2 hours, so I may be interested in a buy here. The more beat up it gets, the better. And watch for those stair steps. Stair steps are your friends, especially on economic data reactions. VIX is spiking today. Potential 4-hour bull flag getting over 1403. People are hedging against what could happen with GDP and PCE. Bitcoin, we had a risk off day on Bitcoin. Hourly downtrend, 4-hour downtrend, daily still sideways. Ethereum coming back in a little bit more than what bulls would like to see. We have lost the 4-hour 50 MA, and we are looking for a daily higher low. Coin had a rest day, Mara, MSTR riot. So I was singing Coin's praises yesterday after hours. It had a big bull day yesterday. It came in some today, but again, even prisoners get a break. So Coin gets a break. All right, we have the dollar. The dollar was green. And let's see, 105.11.13. We broke the daily resistance. However, we have not gotten over the daily 50 MA. We haven't gotten over that. So the daily 50 MA is right at 105.051. Bulls want to see a candle close over that. And that's holding down to a degree gold. And we can see here that gold has a potential daily bear flag just over the daily 50 MA right here. GDX is down a lot bigger than gold. GDX has room for a daily higher low compared to 34.66. We'll see if they get it. And it'll have a lot or some to do with tomorrow's economic data. Oil, I pointed out this morning that I thought, let me show you this with the path button. That may be easier to show you. Higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. So we've gotten higher highs and lower lows without follow through. That can sometimes signal bull exhaustion here at the top or bear exhaustion here at the bottom. And so in this morning's pregame show and live stream, I showed this megaphone or broadening formation and said that oil may be taking a break here, and it is in fact taking a break. NVIDIA is like, what's a break? People get breaks. It was up $5 over yesterday's high and closed green, which I still think is impressive. And you're thinking 0.81%, what's the big deal? That's a big deal considering the big day they had yesterday. And they still have the 10-for-1 stock split. So NVDA is still holding the trophy in semis. SMCI, AMD, ARM, and SMH all took a break today. We have Apple closing green. We held the prior day close and the prior day low. Excuse me. Right before I go live, I drink these drinks, which are probably terrible for me, and I gulp them, and then it's like I get all this air. So with Apple on a bounce, odds favor a lower high compared to today's high. We'll see how this tightening pattern develops tomorrow. Amazon got over the prior day high. We were watching this 4-hour potential falling wedge here, getting lower lows and lower lows without follow through. Bulls can't be pleased with this. We'll wait till after GDP to draw any conclusions as to whether Amazon has some potential continuation powers left. Netflix had a new 52-week high, and it was unable to get through the all-time high, which is up at 799. However, we do have a new 52-week high, had a big day, but we did get a big upper wick of bulls taking profit on the next bounce. Bears will be looking to top fish that if we were to stay in this area at tomorrow's open. We have Tesla with this tightening pattern continues to go sideways. It just continues to go sideways. It'll be interesting to see how this breaks tomorrow. This could be a really good trade. We had marijuana down in the dumps today. CGC, MSOS, and Tilray, the cannabis names, were all red. And on XLF, I had a trade on XLF. I mentioned in pregame that was one of my Queen of the Mountain names looking for the weekly higher low compared to 4017 with 4-hour oversold. And I took the trade on live stream this morning, and I entered the calls at 85 cents. No, that's not right. That was the tan puts. I entered at 10 cents, and I got some out at 13, 14, and 15 cents. The majority I got out at 15 cents for a 50% winner, so that was good. But overall, XLF still closed red and couldn't get this bounce going in a meaningful way. And I would say healthcare is the same way. If we have gap downs on XLF and XLV tomorrow, I will be very interested in those names. SHOP, I covered the bull thesis yesterday's market recap video that I'm watching to see if this monthly candle can get up and over and close above this trend line. And I like the potential of a long, and we got over the prior day high, and I still like this one long. Ulta has earnings tomorrow, pretty beat up, going into earnings with weekly oversold, yet holding this 368.02, 52-week low. Lulu earnings next week, and man, they're still pretty beat up. Weekly RSI 26. And then the stars. It's fun to kind of save the stars for the end. CAVA, this is what I really wanted to talk about. If we look at CAVA here, CAVA from prior day close, which was at 82.40. You get short sell restricted at 10% down from the prior day close. So 82.40, 10% is $8.24. If you take $8.24 from 82.40, I should have done that before I went live, but we are in this area. It was a beautiful short sell restricted. When you get down 10%, you cannot short on the ask. You have to short on the bid, and it slows down the selling and makes it more orderly. And this is something the SEC came up with. I don't know exactly what year. I would say it's been in the last 20 years. I'm very sure it's in the last 20 years, probably right after 2008 collapse. But it slows down the selling because sellers can't sell at the ask. They can only sell at the bid. And sometimes you can get a SSR pop. And that's what we got with CAVA, is we've got a huge pop back over the high of day, new all-time high. So tomorrow I have CAVA, Abercrombie and Fitch, and DELL computers all on back burner watch. And maybe I could do a video, at least for TCG members for sure, and maybe for public, on short sell restriction and go over some examples of how you trade it. I think that would be interesting. I think it'd be interesting to delve into it for myself. Abercrombie and Fitch, I made a joke on the slide. Don't get your feelings hurt. My family deals with cancer actively right now, so I was just tongue in cheek that, what the heck is CAVA and Abercrombie doing? Are they curing cancer? Insane programmatic buying on Abercrombie and Fitch. And I love their close. I don't know if it warrants a candle like this and up 600% in a year, but hey, maybe I'm just bitter that I didn't own it. And Dell Computers, they continue to move and groove. They have a relationship with NVDA, and they are greatly benefiting from that. So I just want to make sure I covered. We went over the XLF live trade, that beach ball setup, the low volume, and then Dell's business relationship with NVIDIA is really helping the stock. So that is it for the market recap. Thank you for being here.